I take pride and express gratitude.
Following P2B's press conference, where he not only criticized the wasteful expenditures in the supplementary budget, he also reacted to the Supreme Court judgment and other national issues. He has now come under fire by Tinubu. In his reply to P2B, he said that P2B, quote, ran the most hateful, divisive, and polarizing campaign that pitched Christians against Muslims and one ethnic group against the other in a multi-ethnic and multi-religious society like Nigeria, unquote. This is not a joke. It is verbatim the way Bayo wrote the reply. He is Tinubu's assistant anyway. That will make you understand the people we are dealing with. We covered the campaigns extensively. P2B kept saying, don't vote for me because I am a Christian or because I'm from the Southeast. Vote for me because I'm competent, and many other things he said during the campaigns. Why do these guys just wake up and manufacture a lie and start propagating it, expecting it to fly as the truth and reality? Everyone knows who divided Nigerians during the campaigns. It was the APC. Their thugs prevented thousands from voting simply because they are not Yoruba. Even this Bayo that is defending Tinubu said that Igbos are alien to Yoruba, that they should stay away from Lagos politics. He used a lot of unprintable words. This is the same man that is accusing P2B of running a divisive campaign, a party that disguised their members as fake bishops just for endorsement. People who didn't respect Nigeria's diversity and went for a Muslim ticket. Between this and telling Nigerians to take back their country from corrupt politicians, which one is more divisive? Taking back your country from people who mismanage your affairs, which leads to poverty in the first place, is common sense that everybody should know. You don't need a P2B or any other politician to tell you that. It's like waiting for someone to tell you to lock your doors before sleeping at night. Besides, there are many ways politicians around the world pass the same message when they market themselves. They all mean the same thing. Trump called it "Make America Great Again," "Drain the Swamp." Even APC in 2015 called it "Change," which is basically the same thing. Take back your country, change the leadership. The truth is, these people never believed that someone not corrupt like them, someone like P2B, could ever challenge the status quo. Nearly every Nigerian politician wants to align with their counterparts in power. That's why our politics is not based on ideology. They move from one party to the other, all in search of a job, not to serve, but to plunder. That's why they appoint only like minds, people of the same character that will never question their ways. Outsiders who question their corrupt ways are seen as enemies of the country, and to continue reducing the voice of opponents, they must capture the media and other influential people who will help them to push false narratives to keep the masses in check. Yes, when they have this kind of power, they feel invincible, which makes them to think that they can rewrite history before our eyes. The presidential election campaigns happened not up to a year ago, but someone is already rewriting the history before our eyes. Yes, not only this, but many others they tried to do. We all know what happened when the military struck in Niger, how Tinubu started giving them ultimatums even before ECOWAS took a stand. He was bent on invading Niger in his quest for legitimacy. Do you know what he is saying now? That he deployed back-channel strategies to avoid bloodshed in Niger. Which back channels can he be talking about? The delegation he sent to Niger in the early days, the military authorities refused to see them. In fact, they weren't allowed to leave the airport. Why did that happen? It was because of the undiplomatic way he talked down on them, as if they were subservient to him. He cut their electricity supply, which hasn't been restored till today. He not only wanted to impress Macron and the Western world in order to gain legitimacy, he also sort of wanted to assert his power in case anyone was planning a coup in Nigeria. And if he succeeded in invading Niger, He could have taken advantage of a clause in the Nigerian constitution which allows a president to stay in power for up to 4 years without election, not to talk of the billions of dollars they would have quickly passed as the war budget. So you can imagine the audacity, something that happened less than 4 months ago, someone is already writing the history. Another part of their reply that will make you understand that it doesn't end with rigging elections. They know they didn't win the election, so they can't truly command the respect of citizens. When you see lines like, P2B should have congratulated Tinubu for his victory and pledged his support in the spirit of statesmanship, a lie can never suddenly become true. No amount of whitewashing, no amount of Supreme Court validation of illegality will miraculously change the fact that Tinubu didn't win the election, or that he never forfeited $460,000 narcotics trafficking proceeds to the US government. They all remain facts, they all happened, and they will wait for congratulations from P2B till forever. If he knew that he is truly a political colossus, why didn't he allow a free and fair election to test his popularity? The only thing that is behind the fake political sagacity is money, the ability to bribe and buy whoever is on his way. As simple as that. That was why he captured Lagos in the first place, so as to store enough cash to contest the election whenever the opportunity arises. It also shows that if he were to meet uncompromising people who will brickwall him, he will fail. He will never be able to buy them. Money isn't everything. There's what is called good conscience and good behavior. That's why P2B was able to leave millions of dollars in savings in Anambra State. Tinubu left Lagos in debt. That's why they can't stop referring to what P2B did as governor in Anambra in a mocking way anyway. But the records are there. How P2B improved the Human Development Index of Anambra people during his 8 years as governor. He surpassed the combined performance of Tinubu and Fashola in Lagos. Most Nigerian politicians don't understand what development means. They think it's by building only physical infrastructure that you develop a country. They don't know that human development is equally very important. If you don't have people who can afford a plane ticket, you simply don't need an airport yet. If you build that airport before your people start earning enough to afford a plane ticket, that airport will become a white elephant. If you don't have enough money to cater for all your needs, you need to prioritize your expenses. That's common sense. A government that borrows to fund their budget can't afford to spend money on wasteful projects that will not add value to the economy. They should prioritize investments that will improve the economy, because the more the economy booms, the more money the government and the people earn. They shouldn't be spending money on a presidential yacht or buying SUVs for National Assembly members. What value will these purchases add to Nigeria's economy? Practically nothing. In fact, it hurts Nigerian economy and devalues our naira. The yachts and Toyota Land Cruisers are made abroad, so they need to wire dollars to the companies that make them before they can be shipped to Nigeria. Nigerian manufacturers can't access foreign exchange at a good rate to import raw materials, but the government is supporting companies abroad, helping them to continue employing their citizens as factory workers with the scarce dollars that their countrymen need. So who is the Nigerian government working for? They are obviously not working for Nigerians. They are working for themselves and foreigners. They can't be telling their citizens to buy made in Nigeria while they are busy buying made outside Nigeria. Nigerians too share a blame in all this. They are not protesting and demanding a change. People in power will never concede anything except you demand for it. Look at what happened in Imo State recently. The Labour Congress president was attacked by thugs in Owerri. The Imo State governor pretended he didn't know anything about it despite the main thug being his associate. What did the NLC do in response? They blockaded Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. They stopped all flights, which provoked the government's response. A few hours later, the Imo State governor apologized for the event. Do you think he would have done that without the protest from Labour? Forget about all the narratives that the Labour Congress president belongs to this party, he did this, he did that. Does it in any way justify his attack by thugs? Someone that is even protesting. Nigerians are busy finding faults and sitting at home, doing nothing but complaining. They want to bring down someone that is protesting. Meanwhile, they can't even protest for anything. They can only complain. So the moral of the story is that if you don't show grievance, you don't make the government understand that you don't like something they did, they will continue doing it. They will even do worse because your silence and inaction motivates them. You see people that are hungry. They don't know where their next meal will come from, but they are busy defending the government that impoverished them. Some will never oppose the government because the man at the helm of their affairs is their brother, their tribesman or ally. To them, it's not about the national interest, but about their personal interest. Many of these people protested in the past when they were in opposition. But today, they no longer see a need to protest because their ally is in power. Even Tinubu himself organized massive protests in the past, but today it is his turn to enjoy the trappings of office to serve Nigerians. Why would he serve anybody when he didn't promise anything to anybody? He only said it is his turn. Anyway, our election coverage continues tomorrow. We will be bringing you early results from Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa states. Going by the precedents the court set in this election cycle, who knows what will happen tomorrow? No one can blame anyone who employs violence, thuggery, rigging, and all sorts of tactics to be declared winner by INEC, because this is exactly what the courts upheld this time around. And being gentle and law-abiding will not save the true winner in courts. Thanks for watching.
And all the peoples around the world, for God's sake, stop giving your democratically elected governments the benefit of the doubt. They are not deserving of that. They are not. Stop rationalizing whatever your government is doing. Stop rationalizing and come up with some good intentions. They have no good intentions. Never. As I said before, in the entire history of mankind, there has never been a political elite concerned about the well-being of regular people. And it isn't any different now. Why should it? Stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. Because I can tell you, you cannot comply your way out of a tyranny. It is impossible. Trying to do so, you will only feed a gigantic alligator in the hopes of being eaten last. But guess what? Your turn will come, and then you will be the one swallowed up. I also have to ask the people, end your silence. Speak up. For God's sake, stop complying. Start rebelling. They're out to get you if you do not resist. I would also urge you to stop voting for those who inflict this psychological abuse on you, who mock you for their own good. In order to deal with this unfree world, to defy this unfree world, I have decided to become so absolutely free that my very existence is an act of rebellion. And that's what we all need to do.